I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, taught us this 100% truth through the spirit of Yahweh Shai. To the elders, the brothers, sisters that's in this 100% truth, Shalom. This is Emmanuel Bon Yasharallah coming back at you again with another lesson. We almost home, Israel. We almost home. Okay. Let's go to Isaiah 52. For thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, the Lord God, my people went down aforetime into Egypt to sojourn there, and the Assyrian oppressed them without cause. Now, therefore, what have I here, saith the Lord, that my people is taken away for naught? They that rule over them make them to howl, saith the Lord. And my name continuously every day is blasphemed. Therefore, my people shall know my name, Yahweh. Therefore, they shall know it in the day that I am he that doth speak. Behold, it is I. How beautiful upon the mountains are the feet of him that bringeth good tidings, that publisheth peace, that bringeth good tidings of good, that publisheth salvation, that saith unto Zion, thy power reigneth. Thy watchmen shall lift up the voice. With the voice together shall they sing, for they shall see eye to eye, when the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, shall bring again Zion, Salakia. Okay? Our Lord Yahweh and his son Yahweh Shai, which are the real names according to scripture, created the worlds, the ages, and the generations. We as the Israelites, which are the so-called Negroes, the so-called Latinos, and the so-called natives, the Lord created us to be a world to itself and a world to himself. We are above all nations that he created. Okay? Let's go to Deuteronomy. And let's go to chapter 7. Let's start at verse 6. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord Yahweh thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of this earth. So it's no such thing as a negative part in the races unless you're just doing wicked. Races just mean you for your people. And the Lord is for us. Okay? Although each original nation was given the opportunity to rule the earth or have us in captivity, he refers to those nations as nothing. They were and are used as swords for the Lord against us. As you know and can tell, the Israelites are a stubborn, rebellious, and stiff-necked nation of people. And we kept putting ourselves in captivity. But in each captivity, the Lord power proved that he is the God of the Israelites only. They could not have put us in captivity unless we sinned against our power. No other God can compare to our Father, Yahweh. Okay? Let's go back to Isaiah. Okay. Let's go to verse 49. Okay. Let's start at verse 5. And now saith the Lord power, that formed me from the womb to be his servant, to bring Jacob again to him. Though Israel be not gathered, yet shall I be glorious in the eyes of the Lord, and my God shall be my strength. And he said, it is a light thing that thou shouldest be my servant to raise up the tribes of Jacob, and to restore the preserved of Israel. I will also give thee for a light to the Gentiles, that thou mayest be my salvation unto the end of the earth. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, the Redeemer of Israel, and his Holy One, to him whom man despises, to him whom the nation abhorreth, to a servant of rulers, kings shall see and arise, princes also shall worship, because of the Lord that is faithful, and the Holy One of Israel, and he shall choose thee. Thus saith the Lord, in an acceptable time have I heard thee, and in a day of salvation have I helped thee. And I will preserve thee, and give thee for a covenant of the people, to establish the earth, to cause to inherit the desolate heritages, that thou mayest say to the prisoners, go forth. To them that are in darkness, show yourselves. They shall feed in the ways, and their pastors shall be in all high places. They shall not hunger nor thirst, neither shall the heat nor sun smite them. For he that hath mercy on them shall lead them, even by the springs of water shall he guide them. And I will make all my mountains in a way, and my highway shall be exalted. Behold, these shall come from far, and lo, these from the north, and from the west, and from these from the land of Sinai. Sing, O heavens, and be joyful, O earth, and break forth into singing, O mountains, for the Lord hath comforted his people, and will have mercy upon his afflicted. But Zion said, the Lord hath forsaken me, and my Lord hath forgotten me. Can a woman forget her sucking child, that she should not have compassion on the son of her womb? Yea, they may forget, yet will I not forget thee. Okay. Now, as you read and study the Bible and history, you will see that every empire or kingdom on earth fell and was taken over by another appointed one. Each major empire that ruled the earth is written in the Holy Scriptures. The Lord sent his prophets to go against each kingdom and to speak on their downfall and what was going to unfold. As you study and notice, the last kingdom to rule the earth will meet the Lord himself, his son, in the transition of power. Okay, let's go to Jeremiah. Let's go to chapter 28. Let me start at verse 7. Nevertheless, hear thou now this word that I speak in thine ears, and in the ears of all the people. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries, against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence. The prophet which prophesieth of peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that the Lord hath truly sent him. Okay. Every kingdom that took over the other only was getting it closer for America, which is the extension of the Roman Empire, to usher in the kingdom of heaven on earth. So understand this. When the so-called white man, who is biblically called Esau, Edom, or Idumean, came back in power during the Renaissance, the mysteries of the book were still sealed. Of course, the Lord always kept a remnant of his righteous in each generation. After righteousness of compounded sin, it wasn't time to unlock the mysteries again. We still had to go to our last captivity, which is here in America. Okay? Let's go to Deuteronomy. Let's go to Deuteronomy 28. Okay. And let's start at 47. Because thou servest not the Lord power, because thou servest not the Lord thy power with joyfulness and with gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things. Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. Okay? So now is when things become bittersweet. As we have gone over in previous lessons, we and all people regenerate, meaning we keep coming back to the earth after we die. The same spirit, but different bodies, different times, and different purposes. We also understand that this current kingdom, which is ruled by Esau, will be the last to rule the earth before the Lord set up his kingdom on earth, as it is written and spoken verbatim by Yahushua. Now let's take a look at the times. Late 1400s, the devils made a commission to find the lost tribes, which was here on this side of the earth, to take the lands and subdue them. Listen, Esau always hated us, although the Lord set that thing up. Afterwards, come round the southern kingdom up, that was mostly on the west coast of Ham, aka Africa. These are the so-called Negroes, the so-called Jamaicans, and the so-called Haitians. And bring us to the lands that our brothers possessed, but was murdered and robbed of it, to be slaves for them, to the so-called white man. The scriptures say he is our enemy. We will go with the day that, they hold sacred and say, so from 1492 till today, Israel, we are still in captivity, which is in America, also known as Babylon the Great. Okay? Let's go to the book of Joel. Okay? And let's start at chapter 3, and let's start at verse 1. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they might drink. Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coasts of Palestine? Will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me, swiftly and speedily will I return your recompense upon your own head. Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border. Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, and return your recompense upon your own head. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabians, to a people far off. For the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem have spoken it. Okay? Let's go to Deuteronomy 28. Let's start at verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies, for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. Okay, we're talking about America. Israel, we're talking about America. Okay, let's go to Jeremiah. Okay. Let's go to chapter 17. Let's start at verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thy enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever. Okay? Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Cursed be the man that trusteth in man and maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart departed from the Lord. Okay. Now it's been over 500 years we've been here in captivity in America. Esau rules the earth, and we are scattered in almost every nation. But America is the melting pot, and where the empire functions, so the lake of fire it is. The prophecies line up, so we are going to prophesy to America against America. The Bible does it, and the Lord requires us to read it out loud and break it down to whomever as needed. Think about this. Whichever of Esau's tribes conquered you, yes, Esau had sons too, just like Jacob. So whatever tribe that Esau's sons conquered was the language you spoke. The so-called Latinos and most of the northern kingdom speak Spanish because the Spaniards conquered them. The Negroes, which is the tribe of Judah, speak English because England conquered us and made English the dominant language of America. The Jamaicans, who are the Benjamites, speak Patois, broken British, because Great Britain conquered them. The Haitians, which are the Levites, speak Creole because the French conquered them. See, the question is really, what was the language we were speaking before them devils came? But that's going to be another subject. That's another conversation. Okay? So with that being said, let's line up some prophecy from the start of this last captivity so we can keep telling you, Israel, we don't have that much time longer. Okay? We almost home. Let's go to Job 9:24. Okay? Let's go to the book of Job. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Okay. We already know from the book of Malachi that the wicked, and the book of Genesis, the wicked is Esau, Edom. Okay. And when the Lord gave him that power to come on back in rulership, you know, one of the tactics he was going to use was iconolism, meaning changing the images of our Lord and Savior and all the prophets and angels, whitewashing them, making them look like them, which was a form of power, you know. So that prophecy has been fulfilled. Let's go to Revelations 20. Okay. And let's start at verse 7. And when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison, and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four corners of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. Okay, so that 1,000 years was right after the Dark Ages that Esau came back in power. You know, he was bound for them 1,000 years. That's when we took over the Eastern Roman Empire. Okay. And them, the Esau being able to deceive the whole world, you know, his policies, his doctrine, and everything like that. And as far as the sand of the sea, you know the Israelites, we the sand of the sea. Okay. So that prophecy's been fulfilled. Let's go to the book of wisdom. Let's go to the Apocrypha and go to the wisdom of Solomon. And let's go to the 14th chapter. And let's start at the 12th verse. For the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication, and the invention of them the corruption of life. For neither were they from the beginning, neither shall they be forever. For by the vainglory of men they enter into the world, and therefore shall they come shortly to an end. For a father afflicted with the untimely mourning, when he hath made an image, his child soon taken away, now honored him as a god, which was then a dead man, and delivered to those that were under him ceremonies and sacrifices. Thus, in process of time, an ungodly custom grown strong was kept as a law, and graven images were worshipped by the commandments of kings, whom men could not honor in presence because they dwelt far off. They took the counterfeit of his visage from far and made an express image of a king whom they honored, to the end that by this their frowardness they might flatter him that was absent, as if he were present. Also, the singular diligence of the artificer did help to set the forward the ignorant to more superstition. For he, peradventure, willingly to please one in authority, forced all his skill to make the resemblance of the best fashion. And so the multitude, allured by the grace of the work, took him now for a god, which a little before was but honored as a man. And this was an occasion to deceive the world. For men, serving either calamity or tyranny, did unsubscribe unto stones and stocks in the uncommunicable name. Moreover, this was not enough for them, that they erred in the knowledge of the Most High. But whereas they lived in the great war of ignorance, those saw great plagues called they peace. Okay? So basically, that was the era when, Jesus the Christ was invented. Okay? The Pope had his son who died early, Caesar Borgia. When you Google and put in Jesus the Christ, that devil image pulls up. So that was the time period that Jesus the Christ was invented. Okay, and this is another reason why they removed the Apocrypha out of the original King James Bible, because it prophesied that it was going to do this as well. Okay, let's go to Deuteronomy 28. So that prophecy has been filled. Okay. Deuteronomy 28. Let's go to it. Because thou hast served not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things. This is verse 47, chapter 28, verse 47. Because thou hast served not the Lord thy power with joyfulness and with gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things. Therefore shall thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he has destroyed thee. Okay? So, be already in America, and, as this last captivity that the Lord promised that we was going to be in. Once that devil put that yoke of iron on our neck, which was a physical thing and spiritual thing, he had to destroy us physically, meaning we weren't going to rise up towards him. He was going to make these actions in front of the wife and children so the children can fear him, and the wife can fear the master, and trickle that down to their sons and daughters to always, respect that so-called white man and do as he say. In the spiritual aspect of it, once generations passed and kept passing through, like granddaddy died and then daddy died, Esau had already had it planned that within that third or fourth generation coming over here, that we wouldn't have known nothing about our history anymore. We wouldn't have known the real name of the Father anymore, because they would have embedded that Jesus Christ in us. And we weren't taught to read the English, So that prophecy has already been filled. Now let's go to Ezekiel. Let's skip over some time and let's go to Ezekiel. Let's go to Ezekiel 36. And let's start at let's start at verse 5. Could go back to 4, but let's start at verse 5. Therefore saith the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, and against all Idumea, which is Edom, which is Esau, which is the so-called white man, which have appointed my land into their possession with the joy of all their heart, with the spiteful minds to cast it out for a prey. So this is the Bethel Declaration. This is after the World War. And these devils let these small hatters, which are their brothers, the Amalekites, they appointed the land of Israel to them as a state. So notice that they call themselves Israelis. They don't call themselves Israelites because they know damn well they ain't no damn Israelite. You understand? So that prophecy has been fulfilled. And what was that, around the 1940s? So we be moving on up, Israel. That prophecy has been fulfilled. Let's go to Obadiah. Let's go to Obadiah. Let's go to Obadiah. Okay, 3. Salakia, y'all. Okay. Let's start at verse 3. Well, let's start at verse 2. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. He's speaking about Esau, Edom. The pride of thy heart hath deceived thee. Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah. So he's the smallest of all nations, and nobody likes Esau. He's despised through all the nations of the earth. Nobody likes this so-called white man, okay? You know he dwelleth in the clock, came from the Caucasus Mountains. And you can tell that when it says his habitation is high, that a trait, they like skyscrapers. They like living in tall buildings. They like being up high, even their offices. Because a devil that's on the ground level, if he can get an office on the 8th, 10th, 12th, 20th floor, oh, he'll do it. Because that's his nature. Okay? And he said, though thou exalt thyself as an eagle, you know all the Edomite kingdom's emblem was the eagle. The Spaniards, the Greeks, the Romans, and now what, America, which is part of the Roman Empire, but, you know, the revised version of the Roman Empire. Okay? And though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord power. So you can look at it where he was able to put us over here in captivity, like in Ezekiel, like Ezekiel said about he saw servants riding on horses, right on the ground while I was riding on horses. He was speaking of how Esau has the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom in control. And also you can look at it where that's when the devil and them decided to go to the moon and set up a nest up there, set up a situation up there. You know, the beginning of the Space Force, where he can look at everything that's going on, be in everybody's business. But at the end of the day, it was the start of the becoming of when the internet was going to come and the satellites and stuff. So, which, you know, we know that the Lord, you know, prepped all of this anyway. But Esau wanted to give credit for himself anyway, because he already think he God. Okay. So that prophecy has been fulfilled. And I think they went to the moon, what, in late 60s, 69, something like that. Okay. Let's go to the book of 1 Kings. So that prophecy has been fulfilled. Getting closer. That was what, 1969. It's 2023, guys. Okay. Let's go to 1 Kings. And let's go to the 8th chapter. Let's start at 33. when thy people Israel be smitten down before the enemy, because they have sinned against thee, and shall turn again to thee, and confess thy name, and pray, and make supplication unto thee in this house, then hear thou in heaven, and forgive the sin of thy people Israel, and bring them again unto the land which thou gavest unto their fathers. Okay? So, you know, Yahushua, the spirit of Yahushua came back down on earth through the brothers of that part of this house of David. And the Lord, that's when the Lord opened up the seal and he gave us his proper name, Yahweh, and his son named Yahushua. And far as I know, I've been calling it since I've known it. And I'm pretty sure the elders and apostles and the ones before him who brought it through the spirit of Yahushua, that the name's been out for a little while now. Okay? His name has been out. His name's been silent. All we know was Jesus Christ, especially since we've been over in America. And we already spoke that we've been in America for almost 500 years, over 500 years. So now, the true men of the Lord that the Lord sent back on earth has delivered the message of giving us his real name, that we may call upon it. Then he will hear us and save us. So that prophecy's been fulfilled, guys. Okay? Let's go to Isaiah. Let's go back to the book of Isaiah. We just lining these scriptures up with the prophecy, guys, and letting y'all know how close we are. This ain't no time to play. Okay? This ain't no time to play. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 30. Let's start at verse 20. And though the Lord Yahweh give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner any more, but thy eyes shall see thy teachers. Okay? And thy ears shall hear a word behind thee saying, this is the way, walk ye in it, when ye turn to the right hand and when ye turn the left. So basically, we are the teachers now. Okay? We're not hiding no more of this truth, and we're not hiding it. We have brothers all over the nation of America, brothers in all other countries of the earth teaching this truth. Okay? So we're not hidden no more. We don't have to be in buildings. We out here in the public, on the internet, so you can see us and hear us. Well, you don't have no excuse anymore. Okay? So brothers and sisters, that's another prophecy that's been fulfilled. Okay? We moving on up to the date. Let's go to 2 Thessalonians. Okay. And let's start at let's start at the third verse. Second Thessalonians, 2nd chapter, 3rd verse. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposes and exalted himself above all that is called God, or that is worship, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. Guys, we know good and well that we talking about Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, the devil the Bible speaks of. Okay? His God is Lucifer, Satan, the spiritual Satan. And what we've done, we have exposed this devil to the public through the internet, through the street teaching, through the videos, through conversation. We have exposed him to let everybody know that he is the son of perdition. Okay? So, With that being said, that has been fulfilled. Okay, let's go to Matthew. Let's go to the book of Matthew, chapter 24. Let's go to let's start at verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars. This is Yahushua speaking. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. So we see that right now. Okay. All these wars, ever since 9/11, it seems like things have multiplied. Okay. Countries trying to take their original land back. United States opposing it. Okay. The creative, the grabbing of all the missiles and the modern technology and things to destroy another nation of people. All of these are rumors of wars. The earthquakes. You know, it's been over 200 earthquakes last year. Okay. Pestilence. We already know what that is. Okay. A lot of famine has already started. These people are hungry out here. Not only famine with that, they got the famine. They lack the word. They lack the spirit. They're walking in dark. So that prophecy is being going on right now. Okay. Let's go to let's stay in 24. And let's go to 14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. So basically, the internet is loaded with videos. Like I said earlier, these brothers are out here teaching 24/7, video after video, corner after corner, teaching the true gospel to the world, to the elect first, but everybody has to hear it. Okay? Once that's done, then the end is coming. Okay? So, this is the point we at right now. And for how I look at it and what I'm looking at with these last couple of scriptures, we at the end. Okay? Because once the Lord tighten our mouths up, the book of Micah, put that famine on the word in, that will be the beginning of Jacob's trouble. Okay? Let's get that. Let's go to Jeremiah. Let's go to Jeremiah. Let's go to chapter 30. Let's start at verse 6. No, let's start at verse 4. And these are the words that the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah. So he's speaking about us. For thus saith the Lord, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Ask ye now, and see whether a man doeth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. Alas, for the day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Speaking of the elect of Israel, the 1/3, the 144, those are the ones that are going to be saved out of this Jacob's trouble. And from the news that they hate that word anti-Semitism or whatever, which is really a made-up word, but that's another lesson too. They're trying to shut us up, okay? which they're going to, because the Lord already said that it's going to happen. So they're not doing it. It's the Spirit of the Lord ushering in his kingdom. So the famine of the word is coming. These laws are policies are being stricken right now. Okay. 2024 is going to be a hellified year, man. It's going to be a hellified year. You know? And when that famine hit of the word, that's when they're going to come with more stuff. Okay? The other horses are going to come, because the red horse is already going to be given out. Then he's going to unlock another seal, which is going to be the black one. He's going to seal us up, the hope for the elect. Then we're going to have that pale horse. Those who have understand, those that have an ear, understand what's going on. Coming out of Revelation 6. Okay? So, in the start of Jacob's trouble, because they're trying to set up this new world order. Okay? And we know what consists of that new world order. Let's get it. Let's go to Revelation. Let's not play no games, man. Let's go to Revelation. Let's go to 13. Okay, let's start at verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. That image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark on their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Okay? That's going to be the grainest rice that they're going to try to put in your arm, put in your hand, wherever on your body. Okay? And that's going to use to control you. That is the mark of the beast. Okay? And if you don't have that in you, you're not going to be able to do nothing in society. Okay? But we're going to have to, that's where the hour of temptation come in, guys. And we're going to have to endure this thing. Okay? If you ain't take that juice, it shouldn't be that hard for you not to take that chip. But at the end of the day, when your stomach and your back, well, we sure going to see who's who. Okay? We going to see who's who. And it's going to be a lot of death, and it's going to be a lot of ones that's taking it. Okay? But you know you can't come back from that once you take it. Okay? You're going to get burnt right up here when the Lord come back. And matter of fact, all this is going, and then World War, the main scripts of World War III going to hit. All this is going to be simultaneously to the Lord coming back. The mark got to come first. Okay? The famine of the word come first. Then all the institutes are bringing into the mark. The dollar got to crash. Okay? Esau is setting this thing up as we speak to cause some form of chaos, so he can implement what his agenda is. That was way before. Okay? What's so happening is it seems it wants to happen within this next election time period. And where we know that devil that's in office right now, you know, he regenerated back. And it was a clip I watched when he was speaking in 1994 about bringing in the New World Order. And it's just so crazy, but happened that this devil is in office right now. Okay? Time is speeding up. It was just 2019 when they said about the so-called pandemic. It's going on 2024 now. It's 4 and 5 years from now. Look how fast 4 or 5 years went. The Lord is speeding up that time, y'all. And he's doing it for the elect's sake. Okay? Let's go to let's keep going. Let's go to Isaiah 66. See, the Lord not playing when he come back. This last round. He's not gonna meet you like no man. Okay? Isaiah 66, start of verse 15. For behold, the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. Oh my. He didn't say a few. He said many. Okay? He said many. And let's get a calculation of the many. And we speaking of the Israelites, because we already know every other nation that's here in America that's living here, they not, they all gonna die here. Okay? Only people that are gonna get saved like that are the elect of the Israelites. Let's go to Zechariah. Okay? And let's go to chapter 13. Let's start at verse verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord power is my God. Okay? So 2/3, if some of you wicked jakes ain't dead before the missiles come, you're going to die when the missiles come. You're not going to be lifted up in them chariots, man. Okay, you're going to burn right here with the rest of them. If you wicked, you're not in this truth, you're not repentant, your death certificate is already signed. Okay? 2/3 of Jake is going to be deleted here in America. And he's going to take that other 1/3, the hope for the elect. And he's going to purify us, man. We're going to go up and we're going to get these new bodies. And we're going to go from there. Yeah. Y'all wicked niggas going to come back in the kingdom. But it depends on whenever the Lord see fit for you to come back. And you're going to come back through our seed line, the righteous. But you're going to die a terrible death here. This ain't nothing to play with. Okay? So we already done established that we already sitting in Matthew chapter 24, verse 14 right now. And Jacob's trouble, the MOTB, that's next. That's all that's next. Okay? And that's going to happen real soon, quicker than you think. Everybody thinking everything is at ease. America's still going to stand. Nah, brother. Nah, sister. Same way y'all got Mr. Screwed and fell off guard when the so-called pandemic hit. It's going to be worse when this next one come in. It's going to be worse. Okay? Let's go back to Revelations. Let's go back to chapter 20. Let's get the final conclusion of this thing here. Okay. Now, let's go back to verse 7. Okay. And when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison, and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four corners of the earth, Gog and Magog, the four corners of the earth, north, south, east, west, Magog and Gog, that's Russia, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. They came to battle, to try us, the Israelites. Okay. And they went up on the breadth of the earth, and compassed the camp of the saints about, and the beloved city. And fire came down from the Most High out of heaven, and he devoured them. And the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophet are, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever. And I saw a great white throne, and him that sat on it, from whose face the earth and the heaven fled away, and there was found no place for them. And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before the Most High, and the books were open, and another book was open, which is the book of life. And the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books, according to their works. And the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and the death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them. And they were judged every man according to their works. And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. And whosoever was found written in the book, Salakia, and whosoever was not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire. Okay? So, they tried to devour us, but the Lord, gave us mercy, the grace, the elect. Okay? And he beamed them on us up out of here. Okay? Death, hell, the false prophet, the beast. We talking about the policies. We talking about anything dealing with America, anything dealing with this beast system, the Vatican, the military, the money, the economic part of it, death, hell, all that shit. The Lord threw all that, the spiritual part of it, all that into the lake of fire, which is America. Because when we get beamed up, Lord willing, when we look down from the chariots, the only place that has the biggest landmass of fire, it's gonna be fire, because America gonna shoot their missiles off too to the other countries. But the landmass that the Lord talk about, oh great Babylon, you look down there, you're gonna see nothing but fire. And that's why they call it the lake of fire. Because you see nothing but water around. Water make up 70% of the earth. And you see a big old fire in America's surrounded is on the other side you got the Pacific, and the other side you got the Atlantic oceans. It's gonna look like a lake of fire. A fire that's in a lake. You know what I'm saying? And that's gonna be America. And all you wicked niggas, all you wicked jicks out there, you wicked sisters, all y'all who want to celebrate these holidays, all y'all who want to mock, scoff, and go against the men of the Lord, all you guys out there that don't give a damn about nothing, the Lord got something waiting for you. If you ain't gonna get them missiles, you're gonna die of hunger. These devils gonna shoot you down. These devils gonna put you in these concentration camps and slaughter you. Cut your head off, line you up on the gun line. Your sister's gonna get raped. All you loudmouth, independent, F a nigga, a man don't run me, a man can't tell me what to do. All you stink mouth sisters out there, just keep on doing what you're doing. Don't change. Just keep on doing what you're doing. Stay in your lot, because the Lord got something for your ass. All you wicked women that's in these pulpits, knowing you damn well you ain't supposed to be up there. Listen, keep doing what you're doing. The Lord got something real heavy for you. Okay? We almost home, Israel. We almost home. Just endure. We are not ignorant towards Satan's devices. We know what this devil gonna bring. We know what this so-called white man gonna bring. And what we gonna do right now, brothers and sisters who are in this truth, we gonna continue to prepare our minds and our hearts, our homes, to get prepared for the day of the Lord. No more playing these games out here, okay? And with that being said, because these prophecies are lined up, and they line up perfectly. Shalom.